I crashed my drone. I lied. Somebody help me. I know. Crash the drone. What are you doing, man? Crashing the drone. I just got the drone. Now, luckily, the drone is okay. She's doing fine. She's doing fine. Flight tested after the crash, and she's still flying good. But besides the drone crashing, let's get back to the video because it gets better from here. I promise. Let's hit the play button, man. Let's get back to the video, man. Get back to the video. As y'all can see, we are at Panera Bread because I ain't catch no fish yet again. But I got that 4 cheese though, dog. Quick tip, when Manny doesn't catch any fish, he likes to treat himself to Panera Bread. Today, he sprung for the 4 cheese. Now back to your scheduled program. Can I have the rest of your bagel?
No. No.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't catch any fish once again. 2018 is kicking my behind. But on a good note, on another note, Marcel's birthday is coming up, so I'm making a trip to Dick's Sporting Goods, Richard's Sporting Goods. That's what me and my daughter call it. Making a trip to Richard's Sporting Goods. I gotta hook my boy up. I got a couple things in mind that I want to get him. The big homie Marcel Baker. The big homie Marcel Baker, I gotta go and hook him up, man, because he hooked me up for my birthday. So I gotta make sure I straighten him out and get that man some lures so we can get our fish on. Alright guys, I made it to Richard's Sporting Goods, as you can see it right there. Let's go in, get Marcel some lures, and let's get up out of here, man. I'm tired of driving. What is my daughter doing? My daughter's getting out of the car. Got the lures. Now, we got some other business to talk about. And that business is, man, why it get so dark? That's better. And that business is how to catch fish in the winter, when it's cold, when it's rainy. How to do it, I don't know. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Alright, so how to catch bass in the winter. I got a bunch of books here. I got some magazines. Let's see if we can search through these books and find something that can help me out with my problem here. We got Bass Patterns, Big Bass Magic, Mastering Largemouth Bass. That book looks really pretty. Better Bass Angling. Hey, Bedros Koulian. Get that out of here. We got Travis Martin on deck. iCast stuff, Fish Hound. This is like the Dibbles Digest stuff from the mystery tackle box. I don't think any of these are wintertime though. Well, let's see if we can look through this stuff and see if we can find something that can help us out. Does that say anglers, gambling, women, location? What does that have to do with bass fishing? Okay, I didn't see anything in the books that said anything about winter. I seen bass strategies. I seen some water temperature stuff, but very little information on just winter fishing, cold weather. You know, and you know what? Another thing, you know, I'm sitting here complaining. I'm sitting here complaining about fishing in the winter when there's people up north literally having to drill a hole in the ice and fishing in something this big, jigging up and down and still catching fish. And I'm complaining about a lake that's 40 degrees. The water temperature is 40 degrees and I can't catch a fish. But regardless of what I'm complaining about, I still cannot catch a fish in the winter. It's the only, I feel like winter fishing is the only fishing that stumps me. Like I can't figure it out. I haven't been fishing with anybody in the winter because nobody wants to fish in the winter in Alabama. It's football season and it's hunting season. Fishing kind of goes out the window and usually everybody puts it up. But I'm determined to catch a fish in January in 2018. So we're going to the World Wide Web. Flip the laptop open. Let's see what we can find. Winter bass fishing tips. Winter bass fishing in Alabama. Here we go. 5 tips for winter fishing in Alabama for people that can't catch no fish. A little specific, but you know, hey, who cares? Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. All right. The Great Outdoors, Great Days Outdoors, Winter Bass Tactics by Captain Jake Davis. All right, getting started. Strategy and the water temperature begin to drop. All right, so tip number 1. Okay, so he starts later in the day. That's number 1. Starts about 11 o'clock. See, that's when my downfall is. I was out there at 7 o'clock in the morning. So that's downfall number 1. I need to write this stuff down. Hang on. I don't have any paper. I gotta use this humongous board here. Number 1, start later in the day. All right, that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, baits to use, search baits. All right, tip number 2, jerk baits and traps. So jerk baits and traps is gonna be tip number 2 for your search baits. Now, let's jump into the next. All right, he says gearing up right. He's using 10 to 12. That's what I use for my jerk and my traps, 10 to 12. Blah, 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 blah. Fish slow. All right, that's the tip I got out of that. Fish slow. Fish slow. So far, I did these tips, except for I didn't fish early. I mean, I didn't fish later in the afternoon. I did fish early. So that's a downfall right there, as far as what this cat is telling me. So I fished too early in the morning, and I did use some moving baits. I did throw a trap. I threw a trap actually for probably the last hour I was there. I didn't even get a nibble. All right, match the hatch. Tip number 3, match the hatch. Okay, everybody knows that. That's pretty simple. I'm just also like royal purple and sexy shad. I've also experienced great success with gold with a black back. All right, you know what? We're gonna write this down. All right, so he likes using the Excalibur XR50 or the XR75 when he's trap fishing. And the colors that he likes to throw is a royal purple and a sexy shad. And sometimes he throws he has great success is what it says here, with the gold with a black back. So let's write that down. Downsize baits, 1/4 ounce. We'll put 1/4 ounce. And what else? Color selection. We'll do number 5. We'll just put match the hatch. Look at him. He catching fat boys. Or fat girls, excuse me. Fat girls. That's what I'm trying to catch, big dog. Big dog. All right, so his next tip says go soft sometimes. So I'm assuming he's talking about soft plastics, worms and stuff. Go soft. We'll put go soft. All right, he put tip number 5 for him anyway, not our tips. He put they're not all in deep water. One final suggestion. So this is his last suggestion. Jake Davis, Captain Jake Davis here. Fishing area lakes this time of the year, do not ignore shallow water, especially if the priority is simply getting a bite. That's the priority right now. I just want to bite. The bigger fish might hold slightly deeper water. Number 7. They're not all. He says you can catch bass 365 days a year on most area lakes in only a foot of water. Now that's crazy. You can always find shallow fish if you try hard enough. If you are after big trophy fish, then put the boat in 12 foot of water and cast 4 feet of water. To 4 feet of water. Oh, okay, I got you. We're about to give Jake Davis some free promotion here. All right, Jake Davis. If y'all want to holler at Mr. Jake Davis, that is his telephone number right there. Hope you guys can see that. All right, as my teachers would say, Joe, what did you learn today? Well, let's jump into it. First things first here. Tips for fishing. Hold on. Tips for fishing in the winter. This is by Jake Davis. Jake Davis Tips. Lake Gunnersville. Here we go. In Alabama. I need to write that down. In Alabama. First tip. First tip here. The first tip my man said is start later in the day. Start later in the day. Second tip is search baits, jerk baits, and throwing a rattle trap. And I think he did say downsize. Yeah, downsize baits to a 1/4 ounce. Tip number 2, search baits. Search baits. All right, tip number 2, your search baits is going to be your jerk baits and your rattle trap. All right. Fish slow. Tip number 3 is fish slow. So this is something. This is not a problem for me because I don't mind fishing slow. I love throwing a worm, so throwing a trap and put it on like a gear ratio of a 5-to-1 or something like that and just slow rolling it. Ain't got no problem with that. Downsize baits, 1/4 ounce. That's pretty simple. Match the hatch. That's pretty simple. Y'all know what that means. If there's shad in your lake, then throw something that looks like a shad pattern. Pretty simple. I fish more of like ponds and stuff, so I probably really need to be imitating more of like the crappies and the bluegills and, you know, just the normal stuff. Maybe some black and red for the crawfish. All right. Match the hatch. Go soft. Lizards, worms, and jigs. 1/2 ounce jigs. Don't have a problem with that. They're not all deep. Big fish put boat in 12 foot of water and cast to 4 foot of water. I'm going to be applying some of these tips. The next time I go fishing, I'm going to take a picture of this on my phone, send it to myself. You know what? I probably need to take a picture of this and post it on Instagram. So if any of you guys want the bass fishing tips of the big homie, Jake Davis, I'm going to take a picture, post it on Instagram. Y'all follow me there. I'm going to let y'all go though. I got things I got to do. Hopefully I catch some fish next time, man. I'm sorry my vlogs they're becoming pretty sorry. Like, it's called Fishing Alabama Waters and the guy can't catch any fish. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm sorry. But I'm going to holler at you guys on the next episode of Fishing Alabama Waters. I appreciate y'all watching. I got things I got to do, baby. Peace out.